Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today's video is a comparison video. Today I'm going to be comparing the real life equivalent of a warship to the Acclamator from Star Wars The Clone Wars, while I build the mini Acclamator starship from Star Wars in the background. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Number 1. The size of the Acclamator. The Acclamator Star Wars ship is rather large and impressive, coming in at 752 meters long. It is also 460 meters wide and has a total height of 183 meters. So finding a best real life alternative isn't easy, but I think I've found it. The best alternative is the US Nimitz. The Nimitz is an aircraft carrier and is one of the biggest ships in the world, and it performs a similar function to the Acclamator. Now the Nimitz's size is not as impressive as the Acclamator, but is still pretty impressive, coming in at 332.8 meters long. Its flight deck comes in at 76.8 and it has a total height of 77 meters, so it's nearly as tall as it is wide, which is pretty incredible. This is roughly half the size of the Acclamator, which is pretty decent. The Nimitz just proves that we are way closer to Star Wars sized ships roaming around either space or our oceans. Number 2. Capacity. The Acclamator can in fact carry an extremely large amount of troops, up to 16,000 troops including personnel and crew. However, the Nimitz is got a significant less amount of troops. Only 6,000 personnel are on board at any one time, so about half-ish, just under half, but it's to be expected considering that the Nimitz is half the size of the Acclamator. You can expect there to be roughly half the number of troop carrying capacity. Number 3. Supporting vehicles. The Acclamator has access to multiple supporting vehicles for the use in combat zones, including 320 speeders, 80 gunships, 40 all-terrain tanks, and 36 artillery guns. The US Nimitz comes equipped with support vehicles. Also, being an aircraft carrier, it carries aircraft. It specifically carries 64 air combat vehicles at one time, and they mostly consist of two types of fairly modern fighters: the FA-18E and the FA-18F Super Hornets. These compact, powerful fighters allow them to be very manoeuvrable, fast, and deadly. The last part of this video is on defense. Now, the Acclamator has many weapons at its disposal, but unfortunately we don't have clear information on what exactly the Nimitz has, for very good reason. So the Acclamator has a vast array of deadly weapons that it can use to protect itself, including 12 quad turbo lasers, 24 point defense light lasers, and 4 heavy rocket launcher turrets that can fire things like proton torpedoes and other types of missiles, whereas the Nimitz has a small array of defensive weapons that it can use to its disposal. Considering that we don't know really what the Nimitz does use to defend itself, for very good reason, considering the world situation at the moment with countries including Ukraine, Gaza, and other unrest around the world, militaries including the US and Britain, who will feature hopefully in a future video, as I have a very fun idea for a couple of wartime videos from World War II will prove. So they don't disclose what they use to defend the US Nimitz. However, two main defensive things we do know, and can talk about, is that the Nimitz is an aircraft carrier. The US Nimitz is an aircraft carrier, and as I've mentioned before in this video, it has 64 fighters at its disposal. They're a pretty good fail-safe for defense. A couple of fighters can easily keep boats and other aircraft away from the carrier. Another defensive tactic that is often used is the fact that aircraft carriers don't usually roam around on their own. Sure, the Nimitz is probably big enough and ugly enough to hold its own, but they often go in something called a carrier strike group, which consists of multiple vessels including destroyers and other vehicles that go along with it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like, and hopefully there's some World War II videos coming up, hopefully about more boats and planes and stuff like that from World War II. A bit like this video where I'm talking about, one or two vehicles, their capabilities, and what they usually do. And yeah, thanks guys for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!